Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are talking about wands, what they are and why you want to work with them, and how you don't have to be a witch or stepping out of a Harry Potter book in order to work and benefit from a wand. Before I get started, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my boyfriend, Eddie from Encouragement, for giving, well, he didn't give me this hoodie. I took it from his closet and I'm wearing it. But I love it because it says psychedelic palm readings on the back, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see it in more detail. But thank you, baby, for keeping me so warm and cozy and fuzzy, even though you don't even know that I have your hoodie right now. Anyways, so let's talk about wands and why they're so amazing and why they're so dope and how you can benefit from them and use them daily. So I have with me a few wands that I'm personally in love with. Of course, I'm in love with them because I picked them out for myself, for my clients, and I have them in my shop. So what is a wand? Well, a wand is something that directs and redirects energy. A wand is so amazing because a wand will help to move that energy and focus it even further. And that's why I like to use the bigger wands, because they're so hyper focused and they direct it. So when you have your hands, like if you watch me and look at me while I'm directing my hands, it's just so general. It feels like it can go outward. It can go in any direction. Even if I'm focusing my intent on this plant or this person or whatever the case may be, it doesn't feel like that energy is completely channeled to that one thing all the time. Like when I put my hands like this, or if I go like this, it just feels like that energy is going back and forth, building up, getting stronger. If I go like this, it's going out. Let's say if I'm working with a person, I will use my hands. But if I'm working with, a pet, or if I'm working on a plant, or if I'm working with a crystal, or if I'm charging bottles, or whatever it is that I'm doing that's so one-on-one, I do like to use the wand because and I love the fact, like these type of wands, they have the crystal ball on the bottom. It goes in the palm of my hand, just really right in the center where it feels the strongest. The crystal ball goes right in the palm of my hand, just completely, I don't know if you can see that, but it just cups it so perfectly and just sits right in there, and then it just moves that energy directly to the tip and redirects that energy and that focus. So every wand is totally different, just like how they say, and I'm going to reference Harry Potter because they really do a great job of describing it, I guess, in the book a little bit. But the wand kind of chooses the person, and you want to move. If you want to get a wand, then you want to pick something that it is that you personally gravitate towards. So I have a rose quartz wand here. I personally love rose quartz. It's one of my favorite quartz crystals to work with, next to just regular crystal quartz. That's just me. I'm basic when it comes to crystals. I always have been. I know people have a million crystals in their house and their home. I don't personally. I find it really overwhelming energetically. It's just a lot. I typically get lightheaded or nauseous or dizzy when there's a lot of like crystals in my space. That's just me personally. So I stick to the ones that feel good to me. So rose quartz is just one of those ones that I absolutely love. It's soft. The energy of it is so soft and nurturing, and positive, the vibrations that come off of it. So you could use a wand like this. This one in particular has, other little crystals at the, moving up the tip of it. And then, of course, the point at the top has that quartz in order to redirect that energy even further. Ching, ching, ching. Then, so that's like a type of option that you can use if you see them. This one I love. I think it says teak wood wrapped around it. But what's really awesome about that is that wood is, once living, it holds a vibration. You guys know I'm like a green witch, if you want to call that. I work mostly with items from the earth. Actually, I work only with items of the earth and intent in order to make magic and to set intentions. So I love the fact that, these type of woods, they are blessed, they're holy for the most part, and they have an energy and a life to them, and that energy and that vibration moves through the wand. In this one in particular, there's a copper pull a copper bar, and copper is so known to build up, build up, build up, build up. I mean, our energies, if you're like me, you have strong energy moving through you already, whether you're doing Reiki, whether you're just beginning, even if you're not trying, if you have energy that builds up within you and it's healing or whatever the case may be, it will make itself known. You can't even hide it, even if you wanted to. So what I love is the fact that this with the copper, it just builds and magnifies. It's like taking, energy and just, spinning it back and forth, like throwing it back and forth, giving it more life, making that ball bigger, bigger, bigger. And that's what copper works to do, is to build that energy, to magnify it, and to move it so quickly. It's like an electrical current. This is not something that I've done research on. Like, initially, it was something that energetically resonated, and when I would work with certain items, this is what it felt like. This was my experience. This is what I knew to be true. And then when I did my research later on it and asked what other people were feeling, they were in the same alignment with everything that it was that I was saying. So all of this is not me just recycling stuff that I saw on the internet. You guys already know that, I just keep all of my messages as authentic as possible, and I speak from experience. I tell you what I know to be true. So, and I don't like recycling stuff. Like, I really don't like recycling information or anything like that. You'll never find that here. So this is from my personal experience of what it feels like for me, and what later on I found, okay, so you agree with me, like, this is what it feels like. Cool. Like, so interesting that we both feel this way. So copper is one of those things that just kind of like really just, builds up and throws that energy and builds it up and builds it up and builds it up and just shoots it out when you're ready. And then of course the quartz tip at the top helps to move that energy. Now these are my choices. These are the things that I prefer. These are the things that I like, obviously, because the style of wands that I have here are all pretty much the same. I love the fact that the crystal balls are on the bottom. So I love the fact that the crystal balls are on the bottom, because again, it fits right in the palm of your hand and just kind of collects that energy, moves it up to the top, depending on what type of wand you are working with. The quartz, whether you have red jasper, whether you have rose quartz, whether you have teak wood and copper, whatever the case may be, that energy kind of like wraps around it. But you can set intention for any type of wand, so any type of energy to come through the wand. So let's say the rose quartz, let's say you are working with rose quartz, and you want to set this intention for business development, or while you're working with it, you want to build energy and be aggressive in your business practice. You want to bring in people who are going to aggressively promote you, or whatever the case may be. Now, rose quartz, as most of you guys know, it does not have aggressive energy, but the intent behind it is everything. So you don't have to have 1,006,032 different wands for each different purpose. I feel like, me personally, you guys already know me so well. I just find something that I like and I stick with it for the most part, unless I find something else and I add it to my collection. I don't grab things left and right and just like, okay, I have to use this in order to, better my business, unless it's something like herbs. Those, of course, I'm going to, my nose is tickling again. It always does this whenever I'm recording and I'm talking to you guys. Or working on readings, so please ignore my tickly nose. But so you don't have to have a million wands for several different purposes. You can find one that you love, that you identify with, that you just completely connect with. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be something as elaborate as this. Sometimes it's a stick that you found on the ground. Like, you guys are asking like what crystals I love to work with, to ground energy, and you were so shocked when I was like, honestly, I use an avocado seed. Like, there's certain things that you can buy, but I also always work with my energy. Like, I don't just see what everyone else is doing and try that. Like, I follow what works and resonates with me, and that is the answer for me. So for me personally, I also believe in developing a relationship with your wand. I know that sounds crazy, but the same thing is true when I'm working with my tarot cards. I tend to have 3 decks that I just resonate with and I work with all the time for years, and I really don't deviate away from them unless I'm like curious one day. But then even then, if I work with a different oracle deck or if I work with a different tarot deck, I will always back it up with my original deck that I just love and that I've built a relationship with in order to back up my message. So I feel like it's really important to always develop a relationship with your magical tools. That way you can get the most, max the benefit out of it, and just completely, when that item understands you and you understand it, you guys are a force to be reckoned with, right? So these wands also, you know, if some ideas in order to work with them, whether you're, again, working with a wand from my shop or if you're working with a wand that you found in your travels, you know, you can use just some ideas and how to work with them. You can use them for plants, to heal plants. You can use them to set intention for the world, for world healing, especially right now. You can use them to bless a space and to move energy within a space. You can use them to, let's say there's something specific that you want to work to change within your, you know, you. So let's say the heart needs healing, then focus the wand to the heart and focus that energy. Visualize what it is that you want. And let's say if it's, you know, heart healing, or you want to focus on, you know, working with the heart chakra. Let's say you're going through a heartbreak. Let's say you are lacking confidence. Then visualize within your mind, you know, those healing vibrations moving from your intent, well, from the universe, you know, from the higher power, the divine, moving through your crown chakra, moving through to the heart and then to the hand, and direct it to the heart or direct it to the sacral chakra or the root chakra or whatever the case, whatever chakra needs healing or whatever needs healing at that time, and surround it in that energy. So basically what you're doing is taking that energy that is already moving through you and you're using your tool to direct it. All of this magic intent, the power is coming from you and from the higher power always. So make sure that you're not giving the wand any more power than it deserves. Sorry, like, no offense to you wands, but you guys are tools and we're here to work together to make magic and to set intention. So what I don't want is for any of you guys to walk through the world and say, okay, this needs healing right now, but I don't have my wand, so I can't. You are your greatest weapon. You are a weapon of mass destruction or mass creation. So use yourself wisely, and these are only mere tools in order to work your intent and your magic, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever worked with a wand before? Are you excited to work with wands? Are you nervous to work with wands? Is it something that you could see adding into your magical toolbox? Is it something that you're just like, I don't need that? Do you want to work with a candlestick instead? I just happen to have this gold candlestick that I was working candle magic for one of my clients. And that was one of the extras that I have. But yo, it's totally up to you. Like, let me know how you know, what you guys are using, what you think of them. Is there a stigma against wands that you are just so uncomfortable with? What do you think? Do you have a wand? I would like, if you do have a wand, tag me in them. On Instagram, you can find me at BehatiLife. And of course, make sure you're following me on BehatiLife. And if you need a wand, they're available in my shop, okay? So I love you guys so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye.